Of all the pens, planners, and accessories available, which ones are truly essential? What supplies would I prioritize if I were on a tight budget? Let's say 50 bucks. Guys, welcome back to my channel and thanks for joining me for another video. This is Marquita from At Home with Kita, and here I share tips on how to plan a balanced life. So if you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. So I may or may not be starting a planning on a budget series. We'll see how this video goes, but if I do, this will be the first video in the series, and today we're going to talk about what I would buy planner supplies wise if I only had $50 to spend. In today's economy, we can't be spending all of our money on planner supplies. Although yes, we do want to be organized and we do want to maintain our schedules and we do have goals, we cannot be out here in these streets spending an arm and a leg on planner supplies. That's just not going to fly. So today I'm going to share with you how to plan on a budget. We're going to talk about using a budget of $50. Actually, it came in a little less than that. What types of things I would add to my list to buy so that I could still plan my day out effectively and still have fun with my planning and make sure that I'm able to accomplish all of my goals. Okay, so number one on my list is a notebook. So when I show all of these products, for the most part, if there happens to be a product that is not available or not sold on Fancy Plans Co., I'm gonna keep the links below for you guys so you'll know exactly where to get that product from in terms of how I stayed on budget. You'll have all the links below, so you'll have a link to that specific product that kept me in the budget. Okay, and at the end, I'll share with you the total because it did come in less than $50. And you know, that's unheard of for planner supplies. To come in under $50 for all of that I'm gonna share with you today, it's going to be a yes for you. So stay tuned to the end so that way you can see what the total was for all of this stuff. But first on my list is a notebook. So this is a gorgeous notebook. I recommend having a notebook for a couple of different reasons. One, if you don't want to go out and spend all of this money on a planner, a notebook is going to do just fine. Secondly, if you do decide that you want to go ahead and move forward with getting a planner, I still recommend having a notebook. It could be any type of notebook. This just happens to be the one that I really love. I actually filled up my last notebook, so I went ahead and made myself a new one. Y'all know I love neutral vibes, so that's what this one is. So we've got our cover here that is frosted, and then we layer it with a vellum, and then you've got paper here, and you can choose from lots of different papers. You can see this is a thick notebook, so this is going to probably carry me through for the next maybe 6 months or so. And there's a lot of things that you can add to a notebook. So if you're new to planning or you're just trying to save money, you could just opt for a simple notebook. You don't have to go out and buy an expensive planner to get started. Using a notebook is going to allow you to just experiment with different layouts and designs before you invest in a pricier option. You could bullet journal in here. You could simply just do a to-do list or a task list. You can decorate the pages however you want. When it comes to a notebook, the sky is the limit. I mean, look at the blank pages. You could do whatever you want with this notebook because but just know that there are budget-friendly planners that can be found at discount stores or in the clearance section of stationery shops, and also online like Amazon. Also, you can consider using a notepad. I love notepads as well, and that's not wrapped into the cost of this, but that is also a great solution, and they typically run between like $7 and $10. And so those are all great options. Notepad, notebook, both are probably pretty much in the same price range. And so notebooks are just a great cost-effective option, and they're going to last you a long time. Again, there's several pages in here. You're probably going to use maybe 1 to 2 pages a day. And so this should be able to carry you throughout maybe the rest of the year or a full year, but definitely for me about 6 months or so when it comes to a notebook. And so it would do the same thing for you, and it would again keep you under budget, so that way you're still able to plan out everything you need to plan out, but you didn't spend so much money trying to get your life together. All right, next up we got pins. You have to have a pin, right? Because you got to be able to write in those lovely plans that you have. So I have a couple of different pins here that I really love that are super budget friendly. These are all available in the shop as well. There are some that are more on the aesthetic side, and there are some that are just super functional and very cost effective. So I'm going to show you a pin test for all of these pins too, because I love a good pin test. I need to see what you're talking about when you tell me something. So I'm gonna show you guys how all of these pins write. And again, I'll link everything below for you, so that way you'll have all the information you need just in case you're in the market for some awesome planner supplies. So this is one of my favorites because it's super aesthetic. As you can see, it's very pretty, so it's gonna look really good in your planner depending on your cover. And it also writes very well. And I believe this is 0.7. And so this is one of my favorites. All right. And I tend to use black ink. Right now I'm using a Muji pen. So this exact pen that I'm using right now and 0.7 is what I'm using in my current planner. I love the Muji pen because I feel like it has like bounce to it. Like, I don't know, it's something about it that helps you to make sure that it's stabilized, you know, and it's so smooth. The Muji pen is awesome. I love the neutral vibes of it. So it's going to go with any planner. So if you stick that in your planner pocket, it's going to match. All right. And this is the Swarovski R. That is really a nice pen as well. It's very smooth also. And the pen ink is just a little bit thinner, although it is 0.7. And so this is a great option as well. It's also beautiful. Actually, this is 0.5, so that's why it's a little bit thinner. But it also is aesthetically pleasing as well. So if you tuck that in your planner pin loop, it's going to look really good. Now this is new. I've never used this one before. I have used this particular brand, which is Parku. I just had a new pen in my drawer. This one is 0.7. This is probably the most cost effective of all of the pens here. And look at how it writes, like butter. So if I had to pick two pens, I would pick this pen and I would pick the Muji pen. This because it's more cost effective, and this because I just really love it. Although this is a cost effective option as well. So all of these are great pens. You're definitely going to have a pen. There's a plethora of pen brands available today. Many tend to come with a hefty price. You know, sometimes I'm like, that pen is how much? You wait, hold on, you said how much? So I tend to stick with the more cost-effective options, but there are some crazy expensive pens out there. And they often require you purchasing a whole set as well. So I love that you can just buy these one-offs. You don't have to get the whole set. And then I also really love the Friction. I think I'm saying that wrong. Somebody corrected me in my last video. Friction, I think. I just keep saying Friction because there's an X in it. But I love the erasable pens, and they're priced around $3. I have to be honest with you, I'm not going to spend more than $3.50 for a pen. I'm just not. I just don't see why I would when there's so many other pens out there that are cheaper. And then sometimes you can even get a whole pack of pens for less than $3. But if I want to use a pen that I want to erase the ink with, I'm definitely going to use the Friction pens. They're also very smooth. They have varying colors, so you're going to have some variety there, especially if you're a person that likes to color code. And the added fact that they are erasable, it just makes them a top choice for my planner, especially again when I want some color, because I'm not really always mistake prone, but there are occasions and I don't want to bring out the whiteout. I just want to erase it. So sometimes I'll use the Friction pen for that. But these are my faves. And so these are all varying price points, and they're all just about the same in terms of the quality and how they write. So you're going to need some pens, but we want to stay under budget with our pens as well. Next thing, I'm not going to show you on camera because I don't have it here and it's just no reason for me to, but it is planner or printer paper. Sometimes, in my opinion, there are so many different printables out there, and it is a lot cheaper to print printables. Okay, we do offer both options in our shop, so you can buy everything already printed and shipped and ready to use, or you can become a digital subscriber. We have a new digital subscription where any planner insert that you see in our shop can be turned into a digital, which is awesome. So it's available now. And so what you would do is sign up for that, and then you could look at the library of what we currently have available, and anything that you don't see that you want, doesn't matter how many you want, You let us know. There's a whole process, and we will turn it into a digital for you, and it will stay online. So you're helping us as well, because we have to create everything and turn everything into printables, and that takes time because we have so many inserts and we have so many sizes. So this is how we're doing it. So that way we're not spending so much time to create printable inserts that nobody needs, because there's some sizes that are just not popular with our shop, like A6, minis are all right, but it just depends on the insert. But most of our sales come from, or most people get the larger sizes, classic size, half letter size, A5 size. And so those are our more popular sizes. So we don't have to spend so much time creating or rendering every single PDF. Or turn every single physical file into a digital file. We're doing it in baby steps. Whatever you need is what we'll do. And then of course it will stay on our website. So digitals are a great option, and they're so cost effective because you are just printing it for you. Ink isn't that expensive. Everybody has a printer at home. So grab your favorite printer paper. I've linked mine below. Again, you probably already have a printer, and if not, most office supply stores can print the pages for you. And that's okay if you're doing like one-off printing, but in the long run, I definitely say it's cheaper to just get your own printer. And there's so many good ones on the market. So you probably already have one, but if you don't, just look on Amazon. There's a couple of that I would suggest. Maybe I'll try to link those below for you. And then that way you could just be buying printables online, and you're going to save a ton of money there. So yes, definitely grab your favorite printer paper and just go to town with printing those printables online. Most of them are already sized for you. When it comes to ours, they're already sized and ready to cut. And then punch them and just put them in your planner, and that's going to save you so much money. Next up are planner stickers, because who doesn't love planner stickers? But they can get super expensive, especially if you're buying those themed kits for every single weekly spread. That's crazy. So I tend to just stick with what we have, which is 2 sticker books, and then we have a ton of other stickers. These sticker books are going to last me forever. There are so many companies that have sticker books, so I would definitely recommend exploring those options. And then if you just want just little stickers, like just one-offs, then try to just build your collection using those various stickers. If you're more of a functional girl, we've got pretty much every single thing you can think of, and we're constantly adding new stickers. These are our hexagon stickers. I use these all the time. They come in either glossy, matte, or they come in transparent. And so there's so many options that we have, but we're not the only ones that have options. Check Etsy, check your favorite shop. Everybody has planner stickers. And it just, in my opinion, it's not needed per se, but it's helpful in making your planner just that much more decorative. And I find that when I use planner stickers in my planner, I want to pick my planner up every day. It is time consuming. And the stickers can get very expensive, like I mentioned before. So you want to make sure that you're mindful of the cost. Try not to go ham, especially when starting out. But there are so many options for functional planning or decorative planning all over the internet. So I have all of mine in our sticker storage albums, and I use this on a weekly basis to sit down and plan my week out. So when it comes to planner stickers, there's just so many benefits. Again, they're visually appealing, so they're going to add some color, some fun, some personality to planning, and they're going to make planning more enjoyable to use your planner. So we've got some dolls here. They can also make the pages look more vibrant and engaging. So again, that just makes me want to pick my planner up and use it when I see a vibrant page in front of me. Also, it helps with organization. So it's going to help you organize things into categories. So you're going to be able to categorize your plans, your tasks, your events in a clear and efficient manner. They can also represent different types of activities or priorities, which is going to make it easier to see things like at a glance and what needs to be done. Also, we love customization, right? So they're going to allow for customization of your planner according to your individual preferences and styles, of course, right? You can choose the stickers that reflect your inserts, hobbies, themes. Also, just making your planner more unique and personalized. It's also going to motivate you, and we all need motivation, right? So using those stickers to mark completed tasks or milestones are going to provide a sense of accomplishment and motivation, and it could just be rewarding to see visually how much progress that you've made over time. And of course, creativity. We all want to be creative, right? So they're going to provide an outlet for creativity and self-expression. You can mix and match stickers, you can create collages, you can even make your own stickers, okay? And it's gonna add just that creative element to your planning process. So overall, planner stickers can enhance the planning experience and add flair, organization, personalization, just make it more enjoyable and effective for us planner girlies. So I've got a ton of options here when it comes to stickers, and I use all of them just depending on how I feel when I'm planning my week out. So planner stickers don't have to be expensive. I definitely suggest using them for all the reasons that I just mentioned, but don't go ham and feeling like you have to buy all these nice decorative kits. Just pick up one functional sticker book, and that should be able to carry you to eventually you can add more to your planning. All right, next up we've got stamps. Now, I'm not a super huge stamp girly, but I do like to have them in my collection. So I've got a couple of options here. When I show you, you're gonna say a couple, and y'all, I'm sorry about my phone. My husband is getting Publix subs for us, which, by the way, y'all, I get the hot honey chicken salad. If you've never had the hot honey chicken sandwich or salad, then what are you doing with your life? Because it is so good. Last time I went in to get it, the lady was like, oh, you know what you're doing. And I do. It's so good. So next time you're at Publix, by the way, this is not sponsored, right? Then pick up a hot honey chicken salad. It's so good. You're gonna thank me later. So now that we got that shameless plug out the way, right? Publix, you may need to sponsor me. Hello. So let's get back to these stamps, right? So I have a whole collection of them, as you can see. Over the years, I've accumulated a lot of them, and sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. It just, again, depends on how I feel, because traditional stamps can be time consuming. They can also be messy with the ink and prone to smudging. So the end result may not be so good. So just consider that when you're adding stamps to your collection or when you're using stamps. But I've got a bunch of them here from various different places, and they're very easy to use. So we're just gonna pick one just so I can show you how easy they are to use. Look, we've got these icons here. So there was a phase, as you can see. And again, I always reference OGs. If you know, you know. But I went through a phase of using all the things, and I scaled back a lot, but I still every now and then try to incorporate some of these things to just make planning more fun. So you would literally grab your stamp. You need a stamping block like this. Add it to the stamping block. See how easy that is? And then I have my VersaFine stamp pad, and I'm just gonna take this. By the way, this has lasted me forever, years. And the ink is still there, as you can see. Look at that. Y'all, this may make me start stamping tomorrow, because it's been a minute since I stamped. Look at that. So it literally just makes planning more fun to be able to add these little different elements. Then you can color that in if you wanted to. And then of course you want to clean that off so that way you can start fresh next time. So I'm going to grab a little piece of tissue and just wipe that off. I like to keep things clean, super easy to clean, and then peel it off and put it back in the packaging. So we'll do another one. And I love, and most companies are like this, they'll put the little icon there so that way you can see where to replace it. All right, and then let's get this little bucket. So I'll try to link everything below, but when it comes to stamping, you're only gonna be able to get one within the budget that I'm going to discuss at the end, and I share the total for. You're not gonna be able to get all of this stuff, okay? So just keep that in mind as well. But stamps are relatively inexpensive, and as you can see, you're going to be able to get lots of stamps for a reasonable price. And Addison, by the way, she loves to stamp too. So sometimes I'll just let her do that as a creative activity, and she really loves it. So that was really easy, right? And so stamps are a great option to just add a little flair to your planning. And again, you could take that and you could color it. But isn't that so cute? Can't you see how that would just make things a little more fun? So all you need for this is just your stamp, the ink, and a block. And that's it. So stamping, I definitely would add some stamps to my collection. And They seem to be priced all under 10 bucks. I think some of these were about, almost $9, but some were a lot cheaper than that. So you may even be able to get, a couple of different stamps. But as you can see, I've got a lot of options here. So stamps are great. Again, a little messy, just, be mindful of that. But otherwise, they're a great tool, again, to just add a little flair to your planning and make it more fun. Next up are highlighters. I'm a little bit obsessed when it comes to highlighters, mild liners. All highlighters are created equal to me. I mean, I do have my favorites, but for the most part, I've tried a lot of different highlighters. And there are some that are darker, there are some that are more pastel and lighter, so you're really able to see the ink behind it. You can also use them to color things in, because I love that the mild liners are dual-sided, so they have this little fine tip here. And then they also have the highlighters. You can underline with this side, and then you can underline with this side as well, but this is meant for, the traditional highlighter. But you can use them to color in as well. So I've got a bunch of different mild liner colors. You could pick one of these pens up for about $2.75. We have all colors in our shop. Sometimes I think you just may want one highlighter. I only keep one highlighter in my planner, which is a gray one, and that's what I use every day. So I don't carry these all around because I don't really color code, but if you color code, these are a great option for that. But for the most part, I'll just keep one highlighter in my planner. So that way I could just highlight whenever I need to, and that's typically going to be a neutral color. But highlighters are just quick and easy to add some color to your page. Also, you can use them to divide up a page for maybe a list, again, color coding, highlighting headings, just making things more fun and decorative. And they are relatively inexpensive. So I just keep them in this little pouch here, which is also available on our shop. And that way I have all colors available in my planner bag. And then I have one main color on my planner that I use every day. So definitely grab you some highlighters, start with one, and then build your collection. All right, washi tape is also another fun way to add some spunk to your pages. I tend to stick with grid washi tape because I just like the neutral colors. These are really gorgeous. Of course, grid comes in all colors. And washi tape is so good for so many different things. And depending on how much you've spent already and whether you're into planner decorating, I recommend maybe one fat, one thin, and one ultra thin washi tape. And so all of that is probably going to cost you around maybe 10 bucks. So I want to show you how this looks, but for some reason it doesn't want me to be able to pull it off the roll so you can see how it looks. But it's just your typical washi tape. This would be considered medium. So this is the one that I use most often. Why can't I get this off the roll, you guys? I guess that's one of the downfalls about any tape. That happens with any tape. It's like, how do you get it off the roll? And that's probably the most frustrating part. So usually I like to put it within one of our washi storage holders, which by the way are awesome. We have one that and I wish I had it up here so I could show you, but you can put 2 to 3 rolls in it, and then you could dispense it from that holder. It's really cool. And so you could use this for decorative reasons. You could get you a permanent marker. You can make this a header. So you could put this at the top of the page and then use that permanent marker to write on it. And that could be a header. I usually like to use it for decorative reasons, just to add a little more spunk to the page. I also like to use it, why do I say spunk? And then I also like to use it for layering. So I do a lot of layering. So I may put this washi down, and then I would put maybe a box on top, a colorful box on top. And that really adds just a touch of elegance to your page, beauty to your page, and then also function to your page because you'll have that box on top. So washi tape is super cool, again, for decorative reasons, also functional reasons, covering things up. There's so many different ways to use washi. Also, I like sometimes expanding space by using a notepad sheet. And what I'll do is I will make it into like a flap, and I'll use a piece of washi tape to stick it on my planner page. I kind of talked about that yesterday. Okay, so washi tape is great, and it runs about $1.99, $2, maybe a little bit more. Maybe up to about $4, almost $5. Just depends on what type of washi. Sometimes you can also get them in the pack, and so you're able to have multiple washis for a low price. All right. Next thing that you need is a ruler. You definitely want to consider investing in a sturdy, flat ruler for precise line ruling in planner spreads like habit trackers, or maybe you want to divide the page in half. And you definitely want to make sure that you have accurate designs within your planner system. So while you might stumble upon maybe a dollar ruler at a discount store, you want to avoid those flimsy rulers that are maybe prone to breaking or slipping. And this one seems to be really great. I also love that it's clear, so you're able to see in back of you. It's also great for cutting washi. So I could take the washi tape and lay it down, and then I could take the ruler and it could act as a little cutter for me if I want to get it just even that more precise. You see that? So rulers are great options. I keep this in my planner toolbox so that way I have it available to me so I could use it just to make sure I do things and get things even more accurate. There's also some rulers that have a little stencils built into them. So you'll have your ruler and then you'll also have your stencil. Maybe it'll have boxes and different elements like that. So those are really cool. Shouldn't cost you any more than like $2-3. This one is $2 and it's great. I've had this for a long time. We sell these in the shop also. And again, I just love that it's clear, easy to just slide in your planner pocket so that way you have a ruler on the go. All right, we're next talking about paper clips and butterfly clips, which are definitely great to have. And when you're planning on a budget, you definitely don't want them to be super expensive. What I like to use mine for is just clipping little decorative elements and reminders to my pages. They can serve as convenient tools for making or marking your place in your planners also. Also, if you're into bullet journaling, they're gonna be handy for keeping pages open. So if you have a bound planner and you know sometimes it's hard to keep them flat, those paper clips, something like these, would be great for holding those pages down so that way they stay flat for you and open for you so that way you can plan in them. You can typically find maybe those traditional butterfly clips in assorted rainbow colors for around maybe $2. Those aren't my favorite, only because I like my planner to look good, but those are the most cost-effective options. I would love something like this. It serves the same purpose and it's gorgeous as well. So we have these in multiple sizes. So we got them in the smaller size as well. I also love the binder clips. These are a more decorative option than those black ones that are solid that you know used to use or your teacher would use in the classroom growing up. But butterfly clips are particularly useful for again securing your place in the planners or notebooks without tabs, and they offer a more secure hold compared to like paper clips. So these aren't going to hold, although I do use these a lot. These aren't going to hold those pages back. You would need something like these to be able to hold those pages back. But these still have a place and I still love these. I use them all throughout my planner system. So you'll see them like here, different types. I guess you need to see, right? Different types. So I do use these traditional shapes, but there's so many different shapes. Like the teardrop ones are super popular. Then those are our triangle clips, but you'll see them spread throughout my whole entire planner just to keep things in place. And then also to add a touch of beauty, and then they're functional because they're going to keep things secure within my planner system. So butterfly paper clips are definitely something I would add to my list within that $50 budget. All right, we are down to the last thing, and then I'm going to share with you the total of all of this fabulous stuff, and that is sticky notes. Y'all know I love sticky notes. They're perfect for handling overflow situations, which is what we talked about yesterday. I keep sticky notes everywhere in my planner. So I've got some sticky notes here that I keep in my pocket. I could snap those in my planner, but they are kind of making things a little bit more bulky than I would like. So they're great for just handling overflow. So if you're looking at your calendar view and you see that you don't have any more space left, you could take a sticky note like this and just pull it right on off and stick it right in your week and expand that space very easily. You could also put it on something like this, which is my page marker, and that would be a great way to expand space as well. So there are so many options for sticky notes and so many useful ways to incorporate them into your planning. Even if you're budget conscious, invest in quality sticky notes though that actually adhere well. I do also like the Post-it 3M brand. They have a ton of variety and they maintain their stickiness over several weeks, and they can be repositioned multiple times without losing their adhesiveness. So sticky notes come in handy for jotting down shopping lists, following up on reminders, follow-up reminders, appointments, preserving valuable planner space for other essential information. So look out for your favorite sticky notes. They shouldn't be super expensive. They should be no more than, $3.50, maybe $4 on the expensive end. If you're shopping with a luxury brand, they're going to be more expensive for whatever reason. Ours happen to be $3, and they're awesome. They last a long time, and they're very useful within your planner system. So this is a must-have for me. I also love myself some transparent sticky notes. So I've got a whole notebook full of them, and I have them in every single color in all of the 3 styles, and I use them throughout my planner system to be able to expand my space again, or make a list or something, an appointment that I want to make sure I don't forget about, a reminder. There's, again, so many uses for them. When it comes to transparent sticky notes, you want to make sure that you are using a permanent marker. So the one that I use, I keep in my planner system. It is the Pilot, the Ultrafine Pilot permanent type. That's what it says on the pen. But I love this pen because it's nice, so it goes along with the aesthetics of my planner. It's not a Sharpie, but it works the exact same way, and it's cheaper. We have these available in the shop as well. So sticky notes are awesome. I can't say enough about them. I think you probably already know how good they are, and they shouldn't cost an arm and a leg. They should fit all within your budget. And so all of these, in my opinion, are essential items. That's kind of what I wanted to loop into this video as well. You want to know, of all the planner pens, accessories, which ones are truly essential. What supplies should you prioritize if you were on a tight budget? And so our budget is $50. And so that's what this list is, sharing with you my essential items that I fit within a price range of $48 and some change. I'm going to give you the exact number. It's $48.07. So again, I'll share all the links with you below just in case you're interested, you're in the market for any of this stuff. But you should be able to start your planner journey under $50, okay? I know things can get expensive. There are shops out there that are charging so much money. It's crazy. We consider ourselves the budget option. So we do have great quality products, but we don't charge as much as some other companies you've seen. And I think you know that by now. And we feel good about that. We don't want you to have to be able to, we want you to be able to plan, but we don't want it to be super expensive to where you can't afford it. Okay, so that's what we're all about. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We didn't spend that much money on all of these supplies, but you're still able to plan your day. And that's what I want for everybody, to be able to be organized, productive, and be able to achieve every single thing that you want to achieve in your life. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel. If you're new here, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And as always, come back and catch another video, in which case I'll see you then.